Citrus Nation. This is Lemon. Gonna be doing a breakdown of Devora in her Venomous variation. I've done a breakdown of Swarm Queen and Broodmother, so if you haven't seen those, go check them out. They're pretty good, I like to say. I'm pretty good, I like to play. But right now we're going to be breaking down Venomous, which I think is her second best variation behind Swarm Queen. But, I mean, it's very, very viable as a main variation for her. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. I use it a lot, actually. I've played it in ranked matches and a set with Lime, if you want to go check that out after this, see it actually in action. But right now you're here, so I'm going to break down this variation for you. So every variation for Devora gets a different down forward one, and hers in Venomous I think is the best in all three of the variations, besides the EX one in Swarm Queen. But since you don't need to use meter for this, I think it's fantastic. It's the best part of Venomous. You'll do down forward 1, and that deals 10%, but if you see, it did 10 hits. So you can use this to break armor on your opponent. If your opponent tries to wake up with anything, if you can predict that, I mean, the first 2 hits come out like first half a second of doing this. It's really, really fast. So you'll probably beat whatever your opponent's trying to throw out. It's also a really good way to distance yourself. I mean, you can see the range. I still did 4 hits. I mean, that hit him. The range on this is phenomenal. So this is really, really far. The opponent can't really do anything from this range. And so if I try to hold him right here, he's not really going to be able to do anything. It's really good at spacing your opponent. The other thing that's good about Venomous is that move that she has in all 3 of her variations, it actually does DOT in this variation. So you can see her health, or not her health bar, Kenshi's health bar, when I do it, it's still doing damage. It's like Reptile's Noxious variation. When you're close to him, it does a little bit of health. You can't rely on it to finish an opponent. You can't just say, I'm gonna, you know, do this, step back, and just block the rest of the game. It's not gonna do a lot of damage, but it is nice to get that added damage to where you can, if you land that, then it just continues to deal damage over time for, I mean, you guys can see it, about 4 seconds. And so the combo that I do with Venomous Devora, it does take a bar, but it's the same combo that I do with Broodmother, but obviously this one is doing that DOT, so it deals a little bit more damage. It gets a little bit of added advantage to this variation. But just like in Broodmother, it's, you have to EX that, because unlike Swarm Queen, it doesn't hold them in the air in this variation. And also, one thing that I just found out, I was messing around with Venomous in practice mode, and I didn't include this in the Broodmother variation because, like I said, I just found this out. But if you do the forward 2-2, which is overhead mid, you do that, and then do this, you will be able to connect the 2. So, well, it won't connect into one combo, but it's an added mix-up in the corner. And say that that lands, I mean, you can combo off of it right there by just doing, I mean, really anything. So that's a nice added little mix-up that Devora has in this variation right there. I mean, that includes the DOT. So with all that, I think that Venomous is a very, very good variation. It's definitely my second most played behind Swarm Queen. And if you want to go see it in action, like I said, I have a ranked match video up of me playing Venomous. I also set against Lime, where I utilized the down forward 1 to space out Jason, and it really helped. So you can see how matchups would go better using Venomous than Swarm Queen or Broodmother. So check that out, and if you're thinking about picking up Devora, definitely go look into the other 2 variation videos that I've made over Swarm Queen and Broodmother. And thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe.